Hello, my dears. Let me get into the chapter that is respiration in organisms. What is respiration? The process of breathing. Already you know that. You know that the cells need to burn glucose to get energy. For this, the cells need oxygen which the blood brings to them. Where does the blood get oxygen from? From where that we breathe in, is it? How do we breathe in the air? Yes, we breathe it with our nose. The space in the nose is called the nasal cavity. Do this activity for yourself. Start to take a deep breath. Breathe in for 5 seconds, hold it for 5 seconds and then breathe out slowly for 5 seconds. Observe your chest for these 15 seconds. What do you see? Yes, definitely you have observed that when you breathe in, your chest expands. When you breathe out, your chest reduces in size again. We know that the air that we breathe in goes into the chest. Where in the chest does it go into? Do you know that? It goes into the lungs. The heart is in the chest too. So, what are the positions of the heart and the lungs? Let us check out that. Yes, my dears. Already you know that the heart is in front of the lungs. Is it? The lungs on the left is a bit smaller than that of the right lung. This leaves room for the heart. The space in the chest is called the chest cavity. The chest cavity has the heart and the lungs inside it. The lungs are connected to the nose through a pipe. This is the pipe through which the air we breathe in and out flows. It is called the windpipe. Look carefully at the windpipe. You will observe these things. It branches out like a tree into thinner and thinner tubes. The tubes are called branchi. We call it as bronchi. So, the tubes of the windpipes are called bronchi. It is the plural form of branches. The thinnest ones are called branchioles. Each branchiole is having thin hair-like structures. What is at the end of the branchioles? Teeny weeny air sacs are called alveoli. These are like small balloons that fill up with the air when we breathe in. At the end of the branchioles are some air sacs called alveoli. You can observe those in the videos. There are about 60,000 of these in our lungs. Just imagine 60,000 balloon-like structures are there. That is where the air we breathe enter. Alveoli is the plural form. The singular is alveolus. One alveolus, many alveoli. The wall of each alveolus is very thin. It is covered with capillaries which have thin walls too. How thin are the capillaries that cover the alveolus? Super thin. The cells have to form a single line inside. The air can pass to and fro through these thin walls. What happens when we breathe? We breathe in through the nose. Is it? There are tiny hair-like things in the nose. You might have observed those things that the air passes through. The hair warms the air and keeps out the dirt. So, it's always good to breathe through the nose because it removes all the dust particles. As we breathe in, our lungs get bigger. The ribs lift up and out to make place for the lungs to become bigger. The air and then goes into the windpipe then into the branchiae, and then to the bronchioles. The air enters the 60,000 alveoli. The alveoli walls are very thin and allow air to pass through that. Oxygen goes into the blood and carbon dioxide goes into the alveoli. This is the exchange of gases. This is how the blood gets oxygen and ejects carbon dioxide. This is how the blood gets oxygenated. Means how the blood gets oxygen. The lungs now have air that has mostly carbon dioxide. This air has to be sent out of the body. So we breathe out, we exhale this air to complete a one breathing cycle. This is how we breathe in and breathe out. How do the lungs actually gets bigger when we breathe air in? Do you know that? Can you see a muscles at the base of the lungs supporting them? This is called the diaphragm. When you breathe in, the diaphragm flattens out and makes space for the lungs to grow bigger, just like a balloons. The ribs also move up and outwards. That makes more room for the lungs to expand as well, or more space for the lungs. You have learned that since you were little that we breathe in oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide. Is it? In your previous in KG classes also you have learned that. Now you even know that how and where the actual gas exchange takes place. There is an experiment to check with actually what we breathe and what we breathe out. Lime water is a liquid that is usually clear. This is a chemical solution. It's not lemon juice. Though the name may look like a lime, and it's absolutely not okay to taste it or drink it. Okay, it has nothing to do with lemon other than similar sounding names. So lime water has a special property. It turns milky when carbon dioxide dissolves in it. Don't think that it is not a tamarind juice. Okay, so take some lime water in a test tube and put a straw in it. Breathe out into the lime water using the straw. After some time you will see that lime water turns milky, means it looks like a milk. This is because the carbon dioxide that we breathe out dissolves in the lime water. So with this experiment we verified that the air that we exhale does contain carbon dioxide. You know that our body takes the oxygen from the air that we inhale and adds carbon dioxide to the air that we exhale. Is it? Because we breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. Does it take all of the oxygen out? No. Do you know that the air that we breathe in contains roughly 21% of oxygen? The air that we breathe out contains 16.4% of oxygen. So, the body uses only that much of oxygen from the air we breathe in one complete cycle. One complete cycle means one breathe in and one breathe out. Similarly, the air that we breathe in contains 0.04% of carbon dioxide. What do you think happens to that percentage when we breathe out? Of course, it increases. It increases to 4.4%. So, we don't suck all the oxygen in the air when we breathe in it. Also, the air that we breathe out is not all carbon dioxide either. Yes, my dears, what did we just learn? Let us remind that respiration that takes place in the presence of oxygen is called aerobic respiration. We have learned this in previous class. In aerobic respiration, sugar breakdowns to form water, carbon dioxide and etc. Next, respiration that takes place in the absence of oxygen is called anaerobic respiration. In this, sugar breakdowns to form lactic acid and releases its energy. Anaerobic respiration happens when the muscles do not get enough amount of oxygen to make as much as energy they need. The body can perform anaerobic respiration for a short time of period. Lactic acid build up in the muscle which gives a burning sensation. The body can do anaerobic respiration for a very short period of time, maybe a maximum time of 3 minutes only. Once the oxygen supply is restored, the cells switch back to their aerobic respiration again. Yes, my dears, thanks for watching video. We shall meet in our next class. Bye bye.